welcome back to our Maserati F1 Manager series. I hope you are doing well. And today's episode will be race 5 of this 2028 season, as we will be heading to Baku in 11 days time. And I'm very interested to see if we've got any designs being completed, because Max Verstappen is starting to pick up some form, hasn't he? If you haven't seen the last race or the last few races, then make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Turn on the notification bell to be made aware when we drop these episodes. And of course, please do me a massive favor and hit that like button. And please do get involved down below in the comments. But yes, we started this season very well. The season opener in Monaco, Antonelli won it, and he went back-to-back with a win in Monza. Leclerc crashed out in Monte Carlo and got third place in Monza. It was then Max Verstappen that won in Imola, pretty much dominating there. Charles Leclerc was fourth, Antonelli second. And that is the exact same order with Lawson third, in which we finished the last race. Verstappen again dominating, Antonelli second, Lawson third, and Leclerc fourth. So a couple of things there. Work for Leclerc to do, but also work for us to do as a team, because Verstappen, the last two races, it hasn't been looking good for us. As I say, he's been dominating, and Antonelli not really being able to lay a glove on him. So we've got to hope that today's episode in Baku, we can make some improvements and really take the fight to Max Verstappen, because when we look at the standings, Red Bull now lead the Constructors by 17 points. And the Drivers' Championship, Max took the lead in that last time out. So it's 4 points between Max and Kimi Antonelli. So very tight. And it looks like it might be a battle between these two all the way through to the end, as it was in 2027. And talking of car designs and needing to improve the car, we do have a new underfloor and chassis completing in 5 days. So we might do some emergency or rushed manufacturing on those, because as I say, I think it's key we get some upgrades in before Baku. So as soon as they're done, we'll get those manufactured, and hopefully that's going to help us improve the car and take the fight to Max in this one today. We also have our regulation change for 2029, and I'd say it's probably moderate changes, because it's going to affect 4 car parts, and it's the low, medium and high speed of a front wing, rear wing, underfloor or suspension. And it's the same both ways. Medium is always going to be 20%. It's whether we want to affect the low speed or the high speed. Not too bothered on that either way. So let's vote high speed downforce changes for that. Okay, the underfloor is done. We've got 6 days now until Azerbaijan. So we won't get... yeah, we won't get that done on normal. So we do one emergency, which is 1.6. Then we will do one at rushed. And that will get us to before Baku. And we also have the chassis done as well. And that's 9 days. So again, we're going to have to do one emergency, 2.2 million. And we will do a one rush. So we will get that new chassis and underfloor on the car for both cars for Baku. And we've also had a rear wing complete some... oh, it's manufactured. Yeah, we manufactured a rear wing, didn't we, before Spain. But it wasn't ready before Spain, so we do have a rear wing to put on the car as well. Okay, research is now open for 2029, but I think this year we really need to heavily focus on 2028. The main aim for us is to win this Drivers' Championship, and then that will probably close out this series. Whether we continue in this universe with a new team in 2029 or we start a brand new series, but I think it's going to be heavy focus on design rather than research for us this year. And the regulation vote is in. And low speed downforce changes is the change for 2029. That's what's been voted for the majority of the teams. Of course, with those 2 designs done, we have got some more design slots opened up. And I think, well, I'll save the underfloor actually for when we've got, when is the CFD? 12 days next ATR period. I might just do another chassis. Bring that lifespan right down. And let's do that. That'll be a slight improvement. One engineer, 33 days. We'll wait for the ATR period to do the other parts. Okay, so we have the rear wing, chassis and underfloor on the car. Just for analysis purposes, put it on Charles' car only. We're now going to put it on Kimi's, but this is a difference that's made. Low speed, we're still pretty much the best car on the grid. But you can see we've made a jump in high speed, but mainly medium speed. You've gone from towards the, I'd say, middle to back end of the grid up to one of the top 3 teams on medium speed. So this upgrade is pretty substantial, and I think it's going to help us in Baku. I'll get those parts on Kimi's car, and then we'll jump into a qualifying. Okay, we are ready for Baku. We've got a nice upgrade package today, and we've got a perfect setup on both drivers. It's been a while since we achieved that, so 100% on car setup for both of them. Very high on driver confidence. we have the perfect setup to go on attack Q1 in Baku. Okay, we're coming towards the end of this first Q1 session, but we've just had a red flag. Leclerc and Antonelli safely through. It looks like it's Pierre Gasly. And here's a replay of it. Out of the castle section, and then the next left-hander just drifts out too wide into the barrier. Retirement, blocking the track, and that's a red flag. I think they'll get going again. I think there's just about enough time. There will be, but we're not going to go again. I think we're going to be safely through. Yeah, so they'll have one lap, the whole grid basically going out. I think Verstappen stayed in as well. We've not gone out. Leclerc is 6th, Antonelli 2nd. We should be safe as they all cross the line, and we are indeed safely through to Q2. Oh, we've now got another red flag. I was going to say it's Gasly, but it's not. It's Mick Schumacher. Gasly made it through to Q2, but he was out in Q1, of course. Mick Schumacher out early on now in Q2. And he's lost the rear end and straight into the barrier. Mick Schumacher out. So 2 retirements so far in qualifying. We're not even at Q3 yet. Under a minute to go in this session, and Antonelli looks safely through. He's 1/1000th of a second off Max Verstappen, who's fastest, but Leclerc's about half a second off, so we have sent him back out, and he is improving. Wasn't fully convinced he'd make it through, so we want to double, triple make sure of it, and he's gone quicker through the first 2 sectors, so this is looking pretty good for Charles to improve his time, and hopefully this will see him safely through to Q3 then. Is he going to pick up a slight toe from the Williams? He might be, you know. The Williams pulls out, and Charles Leclerc then to the line, should improve. Doesn't improve, but he's struggling. He's been off Anthony's time all through this session, so didn't go quicker through that final sector. So, yeah, worrying signs for Leclerc in qualifying today, I'd say, but he looks like he's going to be safely through to Q3, and he is indeed. Okay, it's very tight in the first runs on used tyres. I don't know if Leclerc had a bit of traffic in that first sector. 34.7, no. He's just gone a little bit slower through that first sector, but there's a 10.5 in it between Lawson and Leclerc. First sector, as I say, 34.7 there for Leclerc. 34.6. So it's about a 10th in a favour to Kimi Antonelli through the first sectors. Kimi has been quicker than Leclerc, all qualifying. Verstappen has put in the quickest time of all now. And we're going to need some green or purple sectors to try and challenge him. I'm not sure we're going to be able to challenge him, though. Let's wait and see. Leclerc be coming up to that second sector, and he's not improving. Looks like it's going to be P4 for Charles Leclerc, and Antonelli's not improved either. So is it going to be a Red Bull 1-2? At the moment, you'd say yes. Let's see if they improve in the final sector, but I'm thinking it's highly unlikely that Leclerc will improve in this final sector. This Ferrari going to stay out of the way, did Antonelli just have to... I think Antonelli had to slow up there quite a bit, it seemed. Leclerc across the line. Antonelli across the line. And both of them not improving. So, 2 tenths behind the Red Bulls. But it's, yeah, still the Red Bulls with the car, it looks like. Let's hope our race pace is better. But it's Verstappen on pole, Lawson second, Antonelli third, and Leclerc fourth. And here is the full classification, or at least the top 10. And as we say, Verstappen and Liam Lawson lock out the front row for Red Bull. Then our 2 drivers, Kimi and Charles Leclerc. George Russell 5th, Carlos Sainz 6th, Ollie Behrman 7th, Gabriel Bortoleto 8th, Piastri 9th, and Lando Norris 10th. Okay, this is how the strategy is shaping up then. We're using the same compounds with both drivers, and it's 2-stopper for both. But Antonelli's going to start mediums, go soft, then softs. Leclerc's going to go soft, medium, softs. Let's see then how we go. Antonelli starts P3, Leclerc P4. And we've got 3 lights. We have 4. We have 5. And they're held for quite a while, but we are underway then. As Max Verstappen gets us away from pole, it's Liam Lawson P2, Antonelli P3, but Antonelli trying to move up to P2 straight away, and he has done so off the start. So that's a very good start from Kimi Antonelli. Lawson moving back from P2 to P3. And tyres, we're all on the same, because Leclerc is losing the position to Russell. That's not ideal, because Russell is on the mediums. When I said all the same, I thought the top 4, Antonelli, Lawson, Verstappen, and Leclerc was on the mediums, but Leclerc's on the softs, of course. So, yeah, he will hopefully get that position back. But Antonelli's made a good start, as has Max Verstappen here. So this looks like a good opportunity to reclaim the lead. So it looks like Max and Antonelli are going to be fighting all the way here. I'd really like Antonelli to get into the pits before Verstappen, get the undercut on him today. That's what we'll be aiming for. And Lawson is down to P5, so we've just got past Lawson, have we? We've caught up with them. We've finally caught up with Russell and Lawson.
Yes.
And we might be 3 wide through here. Lawson having a look. There's the replay. Oh, yeah, so Lawson got a little bit compromised on entry. And Charles Leclerc sweeps around the outside. So I think we actually just top up and we'll use that battery once we make our stops for clean air. And we are approaching Charles Leclerc's first stop of the day. It is... And Max Verstappen is coming on the inside of Kimi Antonelli. They're getting very close to each other. Now, what you do get unrealistic around Baku in the game is they can overtake through the castle, but that's not going to happen here, but it can happen. Right, here comes Charles Leclerc then. First stop of 2 today. And it's a 1.8 second stop. That is very nice indeed. So we're thinking around Perez and Gasly here, weren't we? Yeah, Perez is going to be past. What about Gasly? I think we should be ahead of Gasly because we cut that first corner. Yeah, we should be pretty comfortable, and we are. So that's good. Leclerc has some clean air there, I'd say. And we'll just use a bit of the battery to get full benefit out of this undercut. Right, Leclerc then. I've already used all that battery though. But hopefully he'll get a nice slingshot off Perez here. Oh, as Antonelli, we nearly joined him inside the gearbox of Max Verstappen there. As we're going to get some DRS, we'll have to rejoin Leclerc shortly. Is Antonelli going to have a go here? Looks to be a little bit too far back, but we're gaining all the time. As Carlos Sainz has set the fastest lap of the race. Where's that come from? Perez has pit, so that has released Leclerc, by the way. And Antonelli is going to take the lead of this race again, I think, although Max is looking pretty close again. Next lap, we're going to get Antonelli in. Verstappen, oh, his front wing nearly in the right rear tyre of us. Right, what's going on with Leclerc? Let's go to neutral for now. Yeah, why did Sainz fast? Oh, he's on the hard, so maybe Sainz going for a one-stop and going for a bit of a push. So the traffic for Leclerc has got out of the way. He's now got 5 seconds to Bortoleto. He's down to 49%. That shouldn't be an issue. So it's going to be interesting to see what the gap will be between Leclerc and Antonelli when Antonelli stopped. I think it was about 8-9 seconds before that first stop. But here we go then. Yeah, as I say, Kimi's going to stop now, and we're hoping Max doesn't stop. He doesn't, so we will get at least 1 lap of an undercut on Max. Hopefully a nice clean stop, like Leclerc. Leclerc had a 1.8 second stop. What can we do as we service Antonelli? Slightly slower, but just under 2.2. We'll take that.
What a race. What a race.
How close will Leclerc be to his teammate? Leclerc has caught up to Bortoleto, by the way. He's got the DRS here. And he's moving past Gabriel Bortoleto, but he's not really going to be anywhere close to challenging his teammate, is he? As I say, I think the gap was about 9-10 seconds before that first stop. And it's now down to about 6 seconds. So he's got a little bit closer. But not too much. Max Verstappen is into the pits.
Okay.
So he only goes a lap longer as Lawson pits as well. So that's what Antonelli wants because he'll be hopefully getting past Russell. They both have DRS. Where is Verstappen? He is coming out behind Antonelli. Leclerc won't be close to him though. Although Leclerc's not a million miles off, but you'd expect Max now to have the pace to push up the road. So it's lap 35 now for Leclerc. Lap 34 for Kimi Antonelli. George Russell into the pits. Bortoleto is... No, he's still out, that's why. So Russell was fighting Lawson and he comes out just behind him. But Leclerc's stopping a lot earlier. He's got 10 seconds on Lawson and Russell. So that's worked out very nicely for him. Verstappen on the softs as well. He'll probably get close to Antonelli. So I think the fight between Antonelli and Verstappen will rumble on. Right, lap 28 of 51. Verstappen is back on us now.
Tires update.
So what we'll do is go for a bit of top up now. He's with us. Right, Max Verstappen, is this the moment he moves back into the lead of the race past our driver Kimi Antonelli? It looks like it is this time.
In front is Verstappen.
This is interesting though. The tyre life is now 67% for both Antonelli and Leclerc, so we will now see the crossover. So will Leclerc start to gain on his teammate now? That'll be interesting. Whilst they're gaining DRS off each other, Verstappen and Antonelli, probably not though. And we're not too far away from the next stop, so we lap 34. We probably could extend for a bit because the tyre life is so good as these two still side by side. Yeah, I might extend for a couple of laps. Do want to still get in before Verstappen as these two. And this is what I mean, unrealistic on the game because we're probably going to see them go through this castle section together. And that just wouldn't happen and Max Verstappen nearly lost it into the wall there. Right, lap 33. We're due to come in actually next lap. But Leclerc hasn't really closed, although that tyre life is a little bit better. Last laps are similar.
Keep focus on our race.
As Antonelli and Verstappen getting close again. Yeah, we due in this lap. I think we actually do come in this lap and just get a mega undercut on Max and hopefully win this race.
Box is lap.
So Antonelli will box this lap. So yeah, Leclerc's just having a little bit of a boring race now. At least he'll get P3, but I was hoping Leclerc would come in this season and really challenge Antonelli for race victories alongside Max, but it's not really happening, is it? I think the thing with Lando, I don't think it would change, but who knows? His driving style might change if he gets a championship behind him. A lot of, obviously, this is pressure for them. And he might drive with a little bit more aggression and confidence if he's got a championship behind him. This is not practice. This is Baku. It's 2028. It's F1 Manager 24. Right, we are going to be pitting this lap with Kimi Antonelli then. And we're hoping Max will stay out for a few more laps this time around. And we get a nice undercut. And we can have a nice drive into the sunset for the rest of this race. But yeah, Leclerc's not going to challenge, is he? Danny, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Right, here we go then. Antonelli jumping into the pits. Second stop. And as I say, what we're hoping here is Max stays out for a few more laps. We get a nice undercut. And we can secure this race victory. 2-second stop. It's been very close between Antonelli and Max. All race though.
All race. All race.
And Leclerc should be past his teammate, but he is going to have to probably get out of the way if Anthony catches him. We're probably in the pits before that. But we should be out before Lawson. And we will be. So yeah, clean air. Exactly what we want. And it looks like we are on the way to at least a double podium. Let's say Leclerc a little bit further back than I want to be at the moment with him. I'm not going to ask him to move out of the way. I don't want to lose any time. Anthony's not going to lose time because he's now going to get the tow and the DRS. Oh, we've got a safety car. And Max has not missed a safety car line. That's worked perfectly for Max Verstappen.
Yes, we have.
The Astri has crashed.
What happened there?
Oh, we're not going to get a lovely undercut.
Now there's the car of Piastri.
Oh, that's just sloppy from Piastri. Drifted into the wall.
They can't avoid making...
Oh, that safety car timing is absolutely perfect for Verstappen. He should retain the race lead here. And as Antonelli says, very unlucky. Leclerc will come in. So we're going to have to battle Max all the way to the end now.
Slow down a bit more.
But it does mean Leclerc is back into the race. Leclerc is very much back into the race. Because I expect everyone to pit behind him. So Leclerc will be third, right behind his teammate. So this is going to be a fight between Verstappen, Antonelli and Leclerc. Perhaps even Lawson here. Yeah, everyone will be coming into the pits here. Right, here we go. Safety car is ending. still out on track. It's now peeling away to the pits. So then we'll get green flag. And it'll be over to Max Verstappen as to when he would like to bolt and restart this Grand Prix. And there we go, green flag. It's not gone yet, though. And now he's gone. There we go, we are underway with Max then. Antonelli P2, Leclerc P3, Lawson, oh no, they're not all on the softs. So Lawson on mediums, Behrman on hards behind us, so we should be okay from the threat from behind. And Leclerc on the outside of his teammate. They're free to fight. We're not going to have any team orders. There's no papaya rules around here, boys. It might be to the detriment of our team, though. But Leclerc is through into B2. Out of nowhere, then. Leclerc moves into B2, and now he is chasing down Max Verstappen. So what we've got to try and do is break away from Lawson, Behrman and the rest, and hopefully we can use both drivers to take the fight to Max Verstappen here. 12 laps to go. And it is full on. And now we see the top three, and both our drivers with DRS. Lawson in fourth with no DRS. Here comes Charles Leclerc again. And we are through into the lead then, but Max will continue to fight. Max on the inside, but I think Charles is through. So Charles now leads. Verstappen second, Antonelli P3. Antonelli's having a good look through here though on Max. That's, yeah, they are still side by side, and as I say, they can go side by side through the castle. But Antonelli has moved through to B2.
You are doing a good job.
Lawson is back into the DRS, which... yeah, we've got to watch him. We've got to watch Lawson because he's on the medium tyre. It might cross over where the medium is better at some point in this race. 10 to go. And it's now Antonelli who has the DRS on his teammate. As I say, our boys are free to fight and will allow it. And it does mean Antonelli moves into the lead. Max Verstappen having a sneaky look at 3 wide, but he can't make it happen. And I think Antonelli will get the DRS on Leclerc here because Leclerc just re-overtook him. Jumps back into the slipstream, looking at the inside. Max is there as well. But we survive, and Lawson is arrived around his teammate here.
I am trying.
Don't think he is quite expecting that.
Try to recover your previous rhythm that was looking fine.
Now go back attack with both the drivers now. Leclerc's tyres have come down a little bit. And there is our 2 drivers. They continue to fight. And Max is going to have no DRS here. So we've broken the gap to Max. It's 1.7. Maybe he's just keeping a bit of tyre life and battery back for an attack in this final 9 laps. But he's now going to have his teammate, Liam Lawson, with medium tyres. As we've got another yellow flag. Looks like it's only going to be a yellow flag. No, it's not. It's a red flag. Just as we break the DRS, the RB of Magnussen and Hadjar in the Alpine have come together. Is this going to be K-Mag clipping the wall? No. Oh, it was Hadjar already had an accident. That's an awful accident, to be honest. K-Mag, just a passenger in that then. Alright, we'll just check. There's not actually going to be any rain or anything here. Right, so Antonelli now leads. Leclerc's not got any new softs, has he? They're 94, yeah, 94%. And Kimi has new softs. It swings to Kimi again then. Here we go then, the restart. We've got 5 lights. Kimi Antonelli's going to get us underway. He on his fresh softs. And Leclerc on used. What is Max on? Max is on new softs as well. So Kimi Antonelli, the only one on new softs, as Leclerc lost out to Verstappen on the restart. Hadjar gets a penalty. That's a bit harsh because he collided with the wall before that happened. But we have to do it all again then, with 7 laps remaining. Lawson's lost out to Sainz. Lawson is now on the softs as well, so everyone is on the same tyres. When I said Antonelli's on fresh, the only one on fresh softs, there is some down here, but I mean relative to the leaders. Leclerc all over Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen is getting a nice slipstream of Antonelli. Max Verstappen is going to move past Antonelli by the looks of it. Is Leclerc going to send one on his teammate as well? Kimi might have fresh softs, but he might be in P3 in a moment. No, he just holds on to it, and DRS should be enabled. Oh, here we go. It is. So both Maseratis have DRS, and Antonelli, the first of those to take the challenge, take the fight to Max Verstappen. Max stays in the lead, does he? I don't know. Antonelli got a good release off there. Yes, he does. Max stays in the lead. What happened? Oh, sorry, there was a red flag. Max Hadjar hit the wall, and Maxson was just minding his own business, driven into him. As Antonelli is going to get back through here on Max. Yes, he is. So red flag. So everyone's obviously put some softs on, and we go again. But yeah, Sainz has done us a great job there by getting ahead of Lawson, because Lawson, I think, will be out of this now. So it's going to be out of these top three to win this race in Baku in 2028. Is it going to be Max Verstappen in the Red Bull, Antonelli, or Charles Leclerc? I say, Kimi Antonelli has got the tyre life advantage.
Copy.
Interesting we put Leclerc on top of, but he's using more battery than what Antonelli is, so... But here comes Antonelli then on Max Verstappen. We will get the DRS shortly. There it is. But look at the slipstream from Charles Leclerc next to him. Well, Charles out of nowhere. He's going to send on Max Verstappen. Oh, Antonelli getting very close there as well. But Leclerc now moves into the lead of this race. And I think this could keep chopping and changing all race long.
Mamma mia.
As I say, all race long. The last 5 laps of this race. Because here comes Max Verstappen. He's about to return the favour to Leclerc. He now has the DRS. And he moves back into the lead, and Antonelli says, I'll have the P2 back as well, Charles. And Charles, not too happy with that. He's going to continue to fight it. Yes, he is. Let's hope our two teammates don't collide here. That would be absolutely awful. I shouldn't have said anything, because I might have cursed it. Oh, dear. I'm getting nervous now. And we need to deploy some battery here, boys, because Max Verstappen is starting to drift up the road here, because we're fighting. Max is getting... off down the road. We need to deploy some battery here. Oh, we're losing a lot of time here. Antonelli gets through, but the damage might have been done there because Verstappen's been able to get 2 seconds there. He's absolutely flying down the road, is Max. I've used all our battery. That is not a great stint there.
No overtake.
Because we've both used our battery. We've got Liam Lawson back on us, who's cleared Sainz. So Max Verstappen has got off down the road. And that is the problem when you let them fight. But we have to let them fight, really.
Okay.
And this could get worse now because Lawson all over us as Leclerc moves back past Kimi Antonelli. Can Antonelli hold on to P3? Yes, he does. Is there any chance of us getting back to Max Verstappen, though? 2.5 is a gap. I think Max might have this covered off again.
Yeah, keep doing your best.
See, this is the problem. We're fighting, and it's causing us to lose time, which is working for Max. I might have to ask Leclerc just not to fight, just for a couple of corners at least.
Yeah, got it.
I'm just going to ask them not to fight, just through these parts of the track, because I think that's where we're just losing so much time. Once we get back to the start-finish straight. Turn that back off, but Max has got it done, I think. Max chose the time to bolt off, but it's worked. .8 seconds. Can we close it? Leclerc would be swearing if this for real. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he'd be very happy, would be Charles. Right. Using the slipstream and DRS off each other here, though. This might start to work for us. Right, now we do the same here. Don't fight your teammate. Well, the only problem here is it might open the door to Lawson. Yeah, I should have maybe let Antonelli get that job done, because it might open the door to Lawson here. Hopefully Antonelli can keep him at bay. He does. Right, let's get them through this part of the track. I'm trying to catch to Max. I don't think we're going to be able to, though, are we? .5 to Max. 3.4. I think the slipstream is helping, but we need to really get to him by the end of next lap.
Focus on our race.
Right, here we go again. So they're free to fight. Lawson's out of the DRS now as well. That gives us a little bit of respite from behind. Battery is absolutely gone for both of them, though. Send with the gift, much appreciated. Hadjar crashed out. Antonelli, I think we're off. We're on. Yeah, he's off do not fight, but he's choosing not to fight. Max still got 2.8. I think that's going to be all she wrote. When Max needed it, he had the base. We have got some more upgrades coming to this car, though, so I think we can still give the fight to Max Verstappen. But I think we've just got to leave our boys to fight now. The last 2 laps. I'm not going to touch anything. I'll leave the batteries as neutral. Liam Lawson is there as well, but we're going to have to allow these boys to fight, because Max Verstappen is going to win the race. But is it going to be Charles Leclerc P2? Is it going to be Antonelli? Or is it going to be Liam Lawson? Russell not too far away either. Yeah, as soon as we fight, look at the gap Max gets. So this is what's cost us, really, but there we go. Maybe that's why they do papaya rules. Shiaz, thanks. Hello, how's it going? Eva, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Yeah, Max is going to win this race, but is it going to be Antonelli or Leclerc for P2? The problem is the battery isn't great, so they need to stay in DRS of one another. If not, the other will be absolutely gobbled up by that Red Bull. Antonelli, you've got to say, has a good chance of getting past Leclerc and leading this final lap between the R2 drivers, at least, into turn 1.
Do your best.
Pulled out of the slipstream, though. That's not worked for him. Lawson's there or thereabouts, isn't he? Max Verstappen starts the final lap of the race. He is going to win this race. And it's Antonelli on the inside. Who gets the second DRS, though? This could be key to winning this battle between our 2 teammates. It's going to be Antonelli who gets the DRS. But again, Liam Lawson has snuck in between him, and it might be Lawson now who's going to take the position of Charles Leclerc. He is. They're alongside. Here comes Liam Lawson to make it a Red Bull 1-2.
Russell behind.
And that is the absolute worst-case scenario, as Lance Stroll, in great Stroll fashion, in his Audi, has had a crash. He's obviously got going again. If not, that would have been a red flag. Yes, he has. And the problem here, we haven't got much battery, and there's not many other places we can overtake here. So, from what was looking like a really good result for us, at least a double podium, and I think Antonelli would have got the race win without those red flags and safety cars, because he would have had a good gap on Max. Looks like it's going to turn into a Red Bull 1-2. We've had luck with safety cars and red flags before, but it looks like we're going to be on the other side of it today. It is going to be a drag to the line.
Good.
But I don't think we've got enough in the tank to do anything about it. We'll deploy what we've got. But I think Lawson will have us covered off, though. This is the final lap of the race. No, don't pull out the slipstream, Charles. Don't pull out. DRS is going to open any moment now. Here it is. The line's coming up. Lawson survives just about by about a car length or 3/4 of a car length. Liam Lawson survives. But what could have been, what should have been there.
Nice one, guys.
Max Verstappen has won it. Lawson P2, Leclerc beats his teammate, and Antonelli, not good news in his Drivers' Championship aim because he finishes P4 in the end, but it's too early for us to start giving team orders and allowing Antonelli to score points over Leclerc. So Leclerc benefited from the red flag. As I say, if it's papaya rules, I'm sure he would have had to move out of the way, but we don't have that over here.
This is a wonderful moment for Charles Leclerc as well.
But Max Verstappen got a little bit lucky there, I felt. He always had the pace to win it, but yeah, the Red Bulls definitely helped with that red flag. It's a Noah's Ark here. Yeah, Max Verstappen wins it. Liam Lawson second. That's actually where they both started. Charles Leclerc, he started P4. Anthony started P3. They swap over. Leclerc third. Anthony fourth. Russell fifth. Perez up seventh in the Ferrari. Behrman up seventh in the Ferrari to sixth, I should say. Behrman finishes seventh. Sainz eighth. Lando Norris ninth. And Bortoleto 10th. So this Drivers' Championship should be looking pretty good for Max Verstappen. It is. It's 18 points now as the lead. That's still enough to for us to overcome those, so not all is lost there. 18 points is the gap. Liam Lawson, P3, he's now on 70. Leclerc, P4, so no changes in that top four. But Leclerc is now, what's that, 62 points? I make my quick maths off Verstappen, so he's got to go some to try and challenge for the championship, and he's 44 points off his teammate. So yeah, not been the best to start for Leclerc, but he does get a podium and a better result than his teammate today. Russell up to 5th, Lando drops to 6th, Perez is 7th, Behrman 8th, Piastri 9th, and Sainz moves into the top 10 for Aston Martin. Rest of the point scorers so far are Stroll, Albon, Gasly, Schumacher, Colapinto, Bortoleto gets his first point today, and of course, the legendary man from Barbados, Zane Maloney, who scored a point. The first point for Haas in 4 years in the whole series. Constructors then, Red Bull, they take another 17 points over us today, and they're leading this Constructors now by 34 points. Ferrari move up to P3 with their best result of the season. McLaren are 4th, Williams 5th. Very tight, actually, between Ferrari, McLaren and Williams. Only 20 points between those three. Aston Martin are 6th, Kick Sauber, which is now Audi, is 7th, RB 8th, Mercedes 9th, Haas 10th, and Alpine 11th. That's actually Mercedes' second point of the year, so not doing too well, Mercedes. That is going to bring this one to a close, and bit of a disappointing result, to be honest with you. I think we had the beating of Red Bull there without the safety cars and red flags, but as I say, you win some, you lose some with those, and we've had our fair few that we've took advantage of. So today we're on the wrong end of it, but it's 5 races in. We're actually a quarter of the way through this 2028 season now. It's Spa next up, so as I say, we're doing a whole European leg first. And then once we've done Austria, we then switch over to America, Canada. Then we've got Brazil, Bahrain, Jeddah, China, Singapore, and we'll finish in Australia and Japan. But yeah, as I say, Charles gets lucky with the red flag. The Red Bulls get lucky with it. Really, the man it affected most is Kimi Antonelli, and he loses out. Loses points on Max, 18 behind in the championship, and we've got work to do in the Constructors. Will we have any designs done for Spa? Yeah, we'll probably do an emergency manufacture on side pods. But yeah, we've got to do plenty of designs now, get the car where we need it, and start beating Max and Lawson, in actual fact, on a regular basis. So that's going to be the plan as we head to Spa next in this F1 Manager Maserati series.